Hi, this is Annie, and welcome to Sensing Vitality. I have a short lesson here from my last Chipmunk class, how to use your body and nature to quickly come to the moment to help you work with shock, trauma, and this helps you begin the process of really reclaiming your power. I talked in the rabbit series how the rabbit is like the master of fear, and the chipmunk is kind of right up there too, because it is one of the top prey animals for so many different species. And this ability to clear fear and this trauma that you talked about, where you get the breath knocked out of you, or anything where you feel shock. Yeah, everybody's had shock of some sort, whether it's a shocking news or a death or just something you weren't prepared for. And the tongue is such a useful thing when we have an emotional or physical shock to reset the nervous system. And in so many meditation practices, you take the tongue and you put it on the top of your mouth to create this orbit of the front and back side of your body. It creates a full loop. Yeah. And even talking, because we have to take the tongue and we are pushing it against the top of the mouth. Talking, a lot of times when you've had a shock, people talk like crazy, they're da, 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 but a lot of times it's not completed enough. And this whole idea of holding the tongue, holding it in the cheek, but then moving it, so that a lot of times when we are in a state of shock or trauma or whatever you want to call it, trauma is so overused, but just stuck, to be able to move your tongue, but with awareness and with a little pressure, even just your finger. Maybe you don't have the rock. I just have a lesson I have here as well that you can do this with your finger. I made a little video, and you follow. Now that increases your concentration. It brings you inward. Yeah. It helps that saliva part, which calms the digestion down, because one of the things with fight and flight is that the stomach stops digesting. Yeah. Because we're telling our body, you're going to die if you don't put all your energy into defense right now. So you stop salivating, you stop digesting. And by just saying, hey, no, look, life is sweet again. Look. And it shifts your attention away from whatever you were obsessing on, whether it was the news, the weather, your finances, whatever it was, or some person that you had an altercation with. You just shift it for a moment, come back inside, like the chipmunk, they'll hide in their little inner cave. You go in this cave in your mouth. This is such a private area, but it's so accessible to you with the tongue. And even if you had violation, bad things, bad dentistry or something like that, you are replacing this with your energy. You are filling this space and re-establishing the boundaries of your mouth again. So that it's cleansing, it's clearing, it's empowering, and it starts the saliva going again. So you're like, yes, there can be good experiences to come again, you see? So it's like it takes a little time when you've had a shock, but you just go slowly with this and then leave it. Don't do it for too long. You do it just a little bit. It's kind of like a kid, you don't focus if they've skinned their knee. You don't just like make a big drama of it, but you give them attention so that they feel seen and like they're going to be okay. And then if they're still not okay, you give them a little more attention, but you don't just be like, oh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen, Yeah, because we want to be in this moment, not back in that moment. It's already happened. It makes sense. So the mouth is just like this. It's our cave, it's our place of refuge. And to reclaim it, to really use this tongue, use your, just like the chipmunk, use your hands here. Thanks for joining me here. Thanks for your comments and subscribing. And I will see you next time. Take care.